One thing I would like to say down here, the standing order are meant for each and every one of us. It is not meant only for the opposition. Quoting what a member from Padungan has mentioned just from Pending has mentioned, the introducing of the motion is meant to suppress and oppress the opposition and to create a culture of fear. It is not meant to be that way. I believe each and every one of us know that the moment we get elected, we are here putting in our vow, our oath as honorable member, and to do our best in the Dewan as well as outside of the Dewan. The honorable title, the Yang Berhormat title, need to be earned. We have to show that we are responsible, not just inside the Dewan and inside the Dewan or outside the Dewan. Well, a lot have been said about why the motion was introduced. It was meant to improve the sanctity of this Dewan. I'm very much encouraged, I'm very much inspired, as I mentioned just now, by what the members of this August House had mentioned. It is the responsibility of each and every one of us when we are debating, when we are outside of this house, when we're having press conference, to tell the truth. To tell the truth and not to do the opposite, that is to tell the untruth. And I fully believe that that is what the whole intention of this motion, why I introduced this motion. Things have changed. Those days, how we communicate with the public is different from what and how we communicate these days. With social media being introduced, we hardly use surat layang or written form. That is where standing orders need to undergo this kind of revolution too. And that is why it is just timely for us to come up with this kind of motion, with me to come up with this kind of motion to guide us so that we can preserve this August House and make us as well as make this August House be really being respected, not just by the ahli-ahli yang berhormat, but also by those outside, the members of the public, as well as those from other states or other countries, how they will look at us. Well, I don't have much more to say, even though I've written so much down here. I have to say once again, express my thanks to all those members who have debated on this bill. As it is, as I mentioned just now, it's not meant to penalize, it's not meant for the members of the opposition, but any change on the standing order applies to each and every one of us, each and every one of us in this August House, whether it's now or whether it's in future after the election, those who are going to be elected, it will still apply to them. On that note, Tan Sri Dato' Amar Speaker, I wish to express again my thanks to all ahli-ahli yang berhormat who has given their opinion to support this particular motion that I'm introducing today, and the views of the the two members from Pending and Kota Sentosa, we will look into that. As it is, Padungan and Pending, Padungan has mentioned about newspapers. Personally, I see it is still relevant down here. When you say it's newspaper, you cannot just limit to newspapers that are in Malaysia. We know that for newspaper to be able to be on the street, they need to be licensed, they need to have permits from Kementerian Dalam Negeri. But then you can also be quoting newspapers that come from other countries that are also newspapers. And that is where the responsibility need to be there. Whatever we want to introduce into the Dewan or outside of the Dewan, if we are to quote wrongful, untrue information from newspapers or portals or WhatsApp or other form of social media, it will still be applicable in this particular case.